Imagine walking into your own bedroom and catching your best friend and your wife in bed together. Now imagine not screaming, not crying, but planning the most silent, soul-crushing revenge that would destroy them both completely. This is not fiction. This is my story. My best friend slept with my wife, so I took everything from him silently. Zishan and I weren't just friends. We were brothers. At least, that's what we always said. We grew up together, went to the same school, shared secrets, fought together, laughed together. I trusted him more than anyone in the world. Even when life threw stones at him, his father's death, his job loss, his messy breakup, I was there, always standing next to him like a real brother. Then came Sarah, the love of my life. She wasn't just beautiful. She had this calm, kind energy that made me want to be a better man. When I introduced her to Zishan, he smiled and said, "Bro, you've hit the jackpot." We got married a few months later, and I was the happiest man alive. Zishan was my best man at the wedding. Everything felt perfect. But life has a strange way of showing you who people truly are. The subtle signs I ignored. After marriage, Zishan started coming over a lot. At first I thought nothing of it. He was family after all. But slowly, small things started to feel off. He would joke with Sarah a bit too much, compliment her a little too often. Sometimes, while we were all sitting together, I felt like he wasn't really talking to me. He was talking to her, through me. I brushed it off. I didn't want to seem insecure or paranoid. I believed in my friend. I believed in my wife. But then came the night that shattered everything. The night everything changed. It was a regular workday. I got caught up in an unexpected late shift and came home around 11 p.m. The house was dark except for a faint light in the living room. I figured Sarah must have gone to sleep. But as I walked past the hallway toward the bedroom, I heard sounds. Soft, muffled voices. And then, whispers. Laughs. Moans. My heart froze. I moved closer, slowly. I didn't want to believe it. My hand trembled as I pushed the door open, and what I saw destroyed something deep inside me. There they were. My wife. My best friend. In our bed. They both froze when they saw me. Sarah screamed, trying to cover herself. "It's not what it looks like," she cried. Zishan just stood there, wide-eyed, guilt all over his face. "I'm sorry, man." I didn't say a word. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just turned around and walked out of the room. Walked out of that house. Out of that moment. That night, something in me died, and something else was born. "Clara, the dishes are piling up. Just because you work doesn't mean you can slack off," my mother-in-law scolded. I tried to explain, but Sophia cut in. "Talking back to your mother-in-law? So bold, Clara. And you've been ordering takeout. That's not healthy for the kids." "If you're home, can't you help a bit?" I snapped. "What are you saying? Victor runs a business. You don't need to work. You're just selfish," she retorted. "Be a proper wife." I was floored. They acted like this was normal. That night, furious, I confronted Victor. "I'm swamped with work, and neither your mom nor Sophia helps with chores," I said. "Are you bad-mouthing my family?" Victor glared. "No," I said, stunned. "But I can't do everything alone. Can you help?" "I'm busy with my bakery." "You wouldn't understand since you have a cushy office job, but running a business is hard. Housework is your job." "Don't expect me to help," he said, then went to bed, leaving me fuming. Then an idea struck. I grabbed my phone and ordered some items online before sleeping. Days later, a slew of gadgets arrived. A washer-dryer combo, a vacuuming robot, and automated kitchen appliances. If no one would help, these would ease my burden. As the delivery team brought in the new washer, my mother-in-law and Sophia walked in. "You bought a new washer without asking?" "The old one's fine," my mother-in-law said. "It's outdated." "This will make laundry quicker," I countered. "What's all this? A cleaning bot and cooking gadgets?" Sophia asked. They summoned me to the living room, where they sat on the couch while I was told to sit on the floor. Victor was there, siding with his mother, looking smug. "What's going on?" I asked. My mother-in-law exploded. "What do you mean? You spent household funds on these lazy machines. What were you thinking?" "I thought they'd help with chores," I said. "It's not about helping. People rely too much on technology, Sophia chimed in. Exactly, Clara. Those are luxury items. The ones we have work fine. You're wasting money because Victor runs a business, my mother-in-law said, glaring. Victor nodded. You're just making life easier for yourself. Can't you even manage chores properly? I wanted to retort, look who's talking, but held my tongue. Finally, my mother-in-law, fed up with my silence, snapped, If you can't handle chores, leave. I stared, shocked. She stared back. We don't need you. Victor and I can manage without you. You're always tired and miserable. You're a burden, Sophia added. I looked to Victor for support, but he smirked. They're right. I don't need a wife who can't handle chores. I've got a young assistant who's prettier and better than you. Pack your bags and go, he said. Stunned by his words, the three of them kept berating me, calling me a failure as a wife. I clenched my fists in fury. After using me for so long, they dared say this. Just wait. You'll pay for this. But I stayed calm and said, All right, I'll leave. Good. We'll be better off without you. My mother-in-law sneered. I stood quietly, placed something on the table, and said, Victor, let's divorce. It was a divorce form I'd prepared earlier. Fine, I'll sign. Don't come crying later, Victor said, signing the papers. I packed and moved to a temporary apartment that day. No one bid me farewell. I filed the divorce at City Hall and rented a new place. I also accepted a promotion I'd previously declined due to household duties, becoming a team leader. I dove into my career, unburdened. A week after leaving, feeling liberated, my ex-mother-in-law called repeatedly. Busy and unwilling to engage with someone who called me useless, I ignored her. A year later, on a day off, she called again. Ready to settle things, I answered. Hello? Clara? Finally. Why'd you ignore me for a year? She asked. What do you want? I replied. How are you? Are you okay? She asked. I'm thriving, working hard in my own place. I got a promotion and a raise. I'm living well, I said honestly. Really? Would you consider coming back? Her tone was almost desperate. Why now? I asked, surprised. We're struggling financially, she admitted. I smirked. Oh, Victor's bakery isn't even making $10,000 in profit, huh? And neither you nor Sophia work. That tracks. You knew? She gasped. Of course. I managed the finances. Victor's bakery only made about $700 a month. He acted like a big shot but didn't manage it well or care for customers. He probably didn't even know, I said. I'd handled all the budgeting and knew the bakery's slim margins. I contributed over $2,500 monthly from my salary to keep us afloat. Something Victor likely realized only after I left. Please, Clara, come back, she pleaded. What happened to Victor's bakery? I asked, ignoring her. It's closing next month. Even the part-time assistant quit. His poor management tanked it, she said. No surprise. No woman would stay with a man like that, I laughed. She was speechless. I'm busy. Can we wrap this up? I said. The house is a disaster since you left, she admitted. No one cleaned, they relied on takeout, and they couldn't afford a new washer. It'd have been nice if you left those gadgets, she said. What? Those lazy machines? Why shouldn't I take what I paid for? I retorted. 3 adults can't handle chores. What are Victor and Sophia doing? She whispered. Victor's been moping at home since the bakery failed. He thought he could spend freely as a business owner. Sophia refuses to work or clean and asks me for money for her and the kids. My pension's running out.